Hey there everybody, it's Anna. Welcome back to my art channel for this very special hippie themed painting video. So this video was created to be a part of Fluidstock, which is the Flower Child collaboration, a group of fluid artists all doing 1960s inspired art. We're in the middle of it right now. It's also happening tomorrow evening, so it should be a bunch of fun. I hope you all enjoyed Nate's video, which was the last one, and if you didn't see that, the link is in the description, and you can go check that one out. So for me, the 1960s is all about the colors and the music, and of course, flowers. So I wanted to make a painting inspired by all three of those. So I'm doing a sink strainer pour with some beautiful bright colors, but then after I do the sink strainer, which I want it to feel like a flower or like a record, then I'm going to do something new, which I've never seen anybody else do, which is to do a strainer pour and then use a hairdryer to blow out certain pieces of it, almost like the music is flowing right off of the record. So I don't know how it's going to turn out. You can come find out with me. Let's go make a painting. Hey guys, welcome to the studio. I'm very excited for this painting. So I've got this beautiful rainbow of colors. I have this metallic magenta, I have this nice kind of papaya orange, some yellow. This is glow-in-the-dark green. I have this metallic pale blue and this nice kind of bluish purple. And all of the information about my paint brands and mixtures is in the video description, so you can go there if you're curious. All of my paint is mixed with Floetrol and then thinned with water. And I've got a lot of white here. So I have almost 2 ounces of each color, and then I have a whole bunch of white mixed up in here, which is going to be my background, and it's also going to be layered in between each color. So let's start by putting down the base coat. So I'll move all of these colors off of here. So this base coat, it's just to cover the surface of the canvas so that as the colors flow out of the strainer, they can move easily across the canvas and they don't get stuck anywhere. And I'm not putting any white here in the center. I will just let the colored paint start stacking there inside the strainer. Great, base coat is down. So now I'm going to put my sink strainer in here. And then I'm just going to add the colors one at a time, layering with the white as well each time. So I'm going to start with the magenta. And then some white. And it's possible that I won't like the look of it with the white in between, or that I want smaller layers as it goes further along, but I think because it's such a big canvas, I do want color separation. So I'm going to start out kind of with relatively large layers. Well, I'm definitely already starting to get flower vibes as this comes out, so that's great. Hard to go wrong with bright colors in a sink strainer. So my yellow seems to be disappearing right now. It's possible that as I stretch it out, the yellow will pop back up. When I was doing my paint tests before doing the actual painting, it did seem like the yellow maybe was a little too watery and was not holding its own as much against the white. It's possible that as it stretches we'll see more of the yellow, or it's possible that it'll disappear. It doesn't matter that much because this is super pretty anyway. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. It's looking lopsided. I'm not sure why the paint is traveling farther on this side than that side. I think it'll be okay when it all stretches. I don't think it'll look too lopsided. I did not use all of my colors. I have about ½ an ounce left of each color, which I want to have just in case I need to tweak something, because several of these colors were kind of custom mixed, and I want to have some of them left. So I'm just going to let this sit a little bit, let all the paint flow out of it, and then I will pick up that strainer. I'm actually going to spin it just slowly to help spread the paint out from the center so that I can get that middle up. Wow, look at that spread! Okay. So when you pick it up, have some paper towel handy to grab it really quick. So just very slowly move it up. Well, that looks nice. Yeah, that looks good. Sometimes I have to swirl the center with my palette knife to get it to all blend, but that is perfect actually. So because this is stretching lopsided, I'm going to slide it a little bit this way on my spinner, so that as I spin it, there is more force pulling this paint off than this paint, so that hopefully that will stretch more than this half, and we will end up with a more balanced look. But wow, this is so cool. I love it. Let me give it a quick torch because I do see a lot of air bubbles in there. Okay, so now comes the part where I use the blow dryer. I think I want to blow sort of in this direction, up towards the middle, and then back out. I'm going to add a little bit of base paint here just so that there's enough paint to move. I don't want to blow a whole lot of white over the colors, but I think the colors will pop up enough underneath it. Okay, let me get the blow dryer. Okay, I think you can still see it if I turn it this way. I think that's going to be easier for my hand to move coming in this way. Wow. Okay, so the colors are definitely blending. It's a pretty big contrast between the bright, clean stuff up here and more of the feathery. I really like the wispy look. It's very pretty. It's just so different. But I think I'm going to embrace it, and we're going to do one more of those. So I'm going to add some more white here. And I'm going to blow that in and around that side. Well, we have this cool center and side areas framed by these blown out, softer areas. And it's very, very interesting. I'm letting the paint sit for just a second because when you blow, it can kind of hollow out and make areas that are bigger and where there's more paint and less paint. And I want it to kind of all even out a bit before I spin again. But I will torch because I'm seeing some cells popping up, and that could be a really cool effect. Okay, very, very interesting. I'm going to add some more white paint on this side just to make sure that the design can stretch as I continue to spin it. I don't want my design to get slowed down on bare canvas. Okie dokie, let's spin this again and see what craziness we can make. Okay, well, we've pretty much stretched the corners. Wow, look how stretched out these layers have gotten. That's crazy. They were so small and now they're so big. This is a really interesting look. This is wild. I like how it goes all the way out to this corner. This corner, it does not go all the way out to. So I'm gonna try to just blow it with my mouth a little bit. Okay, I've got that spread over the edge. That looks much more natural. Let me check how this looks on this side. I think I'm going to blow this corner just a little bit too to try to get up under some of that white. Very, very interesting. It's weird because when I first blew it out, when compared with the bold colors of the center, the outer parts look muddy. But when you look at them, it's not. It's like melting, rainbow sherbet. You can see all these beautiful streaks of color running through, and it's a very cool contrast. It's a pity that I have lost almost all of my magenta color and pretty much all of my yellow color. So the magenta is here, and it's in the flow around here, so it's present. The green and the orange and the blue are really the standout colors here. So that's very cool. Pretty wild. Yeah, wild would be the word. Yeah, I like it though. Let me give it one more torch, see if I can bring up any more cells here in the blown out section. I do think I want to spiral the center, because as it's stretched out, the center, I don't like the way it looks as much as I did at first. So I'm just going to just have a little little palette knife, and I'm just going to spiral the center. I feel like the middle is lacking something. I think what it needs is orange. So I'm going to dip my palette knife into the orange paint here and just add an orange swirl in the middle. Maybe some green too. Okay, well the center is not perfect, and it is possible that I'll come back with a brush and just tweak a couple things that are hard to do while it's wet, but easier to do while it's dry. So I will leave it at that for now. And let's give you a close-up. So clearly my table is a mess, but here we go. So as you can see up close, even though the colors, yes, they went a bit muddy because we were mixing green and orange and purple and everything, it still has a very cool streaked look. And then we did get some nice bubbles up there from the torching. And then look at those nice bold layers. And there's where the magenta got swallowed up and the yellow, but the green and the orange and the purple took over. So the center I'm going to have to work on just a little bit to get it looking the way I like it. But very beautiful layers. And then here we have the second batch of this flowing blown out area. So overall, very interesting, an interesting experiment. And hey, what's acrylic pouring without experimentation, right? But I will show you this when it is dry. So here it is, all dry. I mean, look at that shine. I love that metallic blue. Very, very cool. And then, of course, the green is glow in the dark, and we tested it, and it does glow, so that's extra fun. So I did touch up the middle just a bit to make it a little cleaner, less distracting right there in the middle. I like it a lot. It is pretty groovy, little trippy. This is a 1960s collaboration, so I guess I'm on theme. Thanks so much for watching this video. Be sure to stay on the feed and watch Sarah Mac's video, which is coming up next in the collaboration. So you can head straight on over there, and if you're watching this after the live premiere, then you can find that in the video description. I'm sure she has something great for us to watch. Thanks so much for watching mine. Be sure to come back to my channel later after this event is over and check out some of my other videos. I will see you for the next one. Bye!